congratulations to BIS and the entire team at BIS on your 76th Foundation Day. It's a milestone year. You've been serving the nation since January 47, which is even before we became independent. And truly, as a citizen of a grateful nation, I would like to convey my compliments to all of you. Many years ago, I remember reading John Ruskin, the famous English philosopher, say, quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent efforts. Over the years, if one was to look at the history of nations, you will find those countries which adopted quality in a big way at an early stage of their development cycle, progressed faster, progressed better, improved the lives of their people, and were able to engage with the world from a position of strength, capture markets across the world, and inculcate that spirit, that desire to have high quality products, goods, services, which automatically leads to high quality of lifestyle. In many respects, if one was to study the history of developed nations, you will find there are comparable examples who at one point of time were facing very severe challenges, some of them just coming out of the Second World War, many countries with large population, large density of population, very low level of natural resources. But if you will look at the one common feature in such countries which are today developed nations, you will find that while they may have adopted industrial techniques, modern manufacturing practices, and many other enablers, quality will be a common theme amongst all these nations. As India celebrates 75 years of independence, as we enter into Amrit Kaal, the next 25 years, during which we are all collecting prosperity to every single citizen of the country, to ensure inclusive growth so that everybody residing in India has a high quality of life. I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to pledge ourselves to take quality as our mission, as our goal, as our commitment, and see how we can contribute to making India a developed nation. And obviously, as I've been alluding, we will not become a developed nation unless we all recognize and accept the importance of quality. In fact, if I look back, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi had come into office as Prime Minister of the country, one of the first few programs he initiated was zero effect, zero defect, Z. And his thinking was, and it's a happy coincidence that my colleague Ashwini Chaubeji is Minister both for Consumer Affairs and Environment, because we all recognize that zero defect will help us produce goods and services of high quality, serve the people. But in today's context, unless our lifestyle has zero effect on climate change, we will not be able to survive literally anywhere in the world. And therefore sustainability, and as he pointed out in his address, circular economy, our own efforts towards mitigating the disasters of climate change, our own contribution to reduce carbon footprint in the world, all of those are going to become extremely important. And therefore, when Prime Minister Modi talks of zero effect and zero defect, it is the call of the hour, it's the need of the hour. And I think collectively all of us in this room recognize that in this Amrit Kal, the next 25 years, when new challenges are thrown up before us, new possibilities come to the fore, we will move ahead together with confidence to rapidly transform the future of India and the future of every Indian citizen. Also said, and I quote, rapid transformation, not gradual evolution, is going to take this country forward. We don't have the luxury of time. समय बड़ा सीमित है, काम बहुत ज़्यादा है, and we will have to look at a transformational journey. बदलाव हर क्षेत्र में, हर वक्त, every moment will have to reflect change, growth, progress, and transformation. And I'm glad that the Bureau of Indian Standards is taking up several initiatives, and many of which we launched today have the potential of having a transformational effect on the Indian economy, on the lives of the people of India. In fact, the Standerd National Action Plan, SNAP 2022-27, going forward, lays down the roadmap on which we will all have to work to make quality a part of the DNA, a part of the very thinking and philosophy of every citizen in this country. And therefore this effort of having quality clubs across the country is truly a noteworthy and praiseworthy effort. I compliment BIS for setting up nearly 4,000 such quality clubs across the country to expand the quality connect with the people. And this year's effort to reach out to nearly 5 lakh households and talk about quality is only the beginning. I was just asking my colleague Shri Rohit ji, how many engineers or technical people who may have worked in different ways with technology or would have a basic understanding of quality would have retired in the last, let's say, 15 years. And I'm saying 15 years because Ashwini Chaubey has just now brought out certain aspects of a person beyond 76. While in today's day and age it doesn't really apply to most people, because I for one know that my own father, even as struck with cancer, would not be willing to sit one day in a day at home, but wanted to get down to the factory early morning. He was uncomfortable sitting at home, and that's the DNA of almost every Indian today. They want to work, they want to contribute, they want to participate in the growth journey. But even if we were to take the number of people who retire, let's say at the age of 60, and are wanting to contribute, wanting to participate in the future well-being of the country, I won't be surprised that over the last 15 years, we would find probably 3 or 4 lakh, 5 lakh people with technical understanding. And it need not be IIT engineers or very highly qualified PhD or doctoral students. Even a person with a basic, it could be a welder. Could be a welder in a factory, because he knows the importance of the quality of welding that he does. He makes one bad weld and it could result in a colossal disaster. And like that we would have lakhs of people who may have retired but are not tired, still have the ability to contribute, still have the desire to work. Can we at BIS, maybe through a pyramidal chain with an outreach program, one reaching out to the other, going back to alumni associations from our colleges where we have studied, going back.
Which are working on it, the NEC and NPC, they are also here. So, my sincere, I'm obliged to all of you and welcome you. BIS में हम लोग जो आपने देखा होगा स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने में तो हमारी स्किल एस्टैब्लिश्ड है, लेकिन जिस चीज़ पे हम लोग अब ज़्यादा ध्यान दे रहे हैं वो स्टेक होल्डर एंगेजमेंट है कि हमारे जो स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं वो इंडस्ट्री की नीड्स पे बेस्ड हों, उसके लिए हमें इंडस्ट्री के साथ क्लोजली काम करना है। हमारे जो यूजर्स हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की मिनिस्ट्रीज और डिपार्टमेंट्स हो, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स हो और इवन डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स और डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल ऑफिशियल्स, उनके साथ हमें जुड़ना है। क्वालिटी समाज में तभी आएगी व्हेन कॉमन पीपल स्टार्ट डिमांडिंग क्वालिटी। उसके लिए ये सारे इनिशिएटिव जो आउटरीच प्रोग्राम्स हम लोग कर रहे हैं, स्टैंडर्ड्स क्लब हो, चाहे मानक मंथन हो, चाहे ये और बहुत सारी दूसरी गतिविधियाँ हैं, और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है। और मैं हमारे आज भी जब मैं सर को बता रहा था कि जब हम लोग इस हॉल में ये चर्चा कर रहे हैं, हमारे 20,000 यूथ, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 20,000 यूथ आर इन द फील्ड, विजिटिंग हाउसहोल्ड्स, टॉकिंग टू पीपल अबाउट quality, standards and all these things. And I'm quite confident that if we keep working like this, it should not take long before our country achieves that goal of becoming or coming up as a quality conscious country. तो इससे ज़्यादा मैं और नहीं बोलूँगा, because I know Honorable Minister of State and Minister are here and we all want to hear them. So thank you very much.
प्रमोद तिवारी जी इसको और नर्चर करके इसको और उपयोगी सबके लिए बनाया जाए। एंड एज वी सॉ नॉट ओनली फ्रॉम द सप्लाई साइड ऑन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड द एंगेजिंग द इंडस्ट्री, देयर इज अ ह्यूज एफर्ट हैपनिंग ऑन द डिमांड साइड, व्हिच इज द क्रिएटिंग कॉन्शियसनेस फॉर स्टैंडर्ड्स। जो इनके स्टूडेंट्स के स्टैंडर्ड्स क्लब्स हैं, और अभी जो हमने इंटरेक्शन देखा माननीय मंत्री जी का 3 वॉलंटियर्स के साथ, इसके अलावा भी जो इनकी आउटरीच की एक्टिविटी है उस पर भी ये ध्यान दे रहे हैं, और इससे बड़े अच्छे परिणाम आएंगे। बिकॉज अनलेस वी हैव कॉन्शियसनेस इन द कंट्री ऑन स्टैंडर्ड्स, अभी स्टैंडर्ड बनाने से काम नहीं चलेगा। पीपल शुड स्टार्ट डिमांडिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स। और इस विषय में केवल 2 छोटी सी बात कहना चाहूँगा। अभी माननीय मंत्री जी ने पिछले कुछ समय से हम लोग पर काफ़ी इंटेंसिटी के साथ ये कहा है कि आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा QCOs का क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑर्डर्स अन्य मिनिस्ट्रीज के साथ एंगेज करके निकालिए। QCOs जब आ जाएंगे तो जो वॉलंटरी स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं दे विल बिकम मैंडेटरी, और उससे जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स उनमें कवर होंगे उनकी गुणवत्ता पर असर पड़ेगा। हम लोग सर आपके निर्देशन में ये एक्सरसाइज बहुत जोर शोर से कर रहे हैं। कल भी हमने डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ केमिकल एंड पेट्रोकेमिकल्स के साथ बहुत लंबा एंगेजमेंट किया, TPIIT मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टेक्सटाइल्स। जो आपकी अपेक्षा है सर, जिस गति से उस गति से अभी तक हम शायद नहीं कर पाए, बट मैं विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूँ मंत्रालय और BIS की ओर से कि अगले कुछ समय में हम इसको और गति देकर, और इसमें जो कंपलसरी पीरियड है जैसे WTO का 60 डेज का या बाकी जो कंसल्टेशन का टाइम है उसको स्क्वीज करके जल्दी से जल्दी QCOs ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मात्रा में मिनिस्ट्रीज को के साथ एंगेज करके जारी करवाएंगे। दूसरी बात सर, BIS like the world is changing, it's a very dynamic world, geopolitical situations are changing, the trade equations are changing, the tariff barriers are going and standards are becoming the non-tariff barriers or non-tariff facilitators. So we have to keep up with what is happening in the world. So BIS also has to transform itself and align itself with the best, what is happening at the best in the world. So BIS के ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के लिए भी हमने एक्सरसाइज शुरू कर दी है, और BIS का जो रोड अहेड है वहाँ क्या होना चाहिए, और अब जुडिशियस बैलेंस बिटवीन हैंड होल्डिंग, फैसिलिटेशन, रेगुलेशन एंड एनफोर्समेंट, इसका क्या मिक्स होना चाहिए। बिकॉज ट्रेड बदल रहा है, दुनिया बदल रही है, सो वी कांट जस्ट बी एनफोर्सर, वी हैव टू हैंड होल्ड लाइक वी जस्ट सॉ, वी हैव टू फैसिलिटेट, वी हैव टू रेगुलेट, and then if nothing happens then we have to enforce it in our hand.